Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, I love chocolate. I think a lot of us love chocolate. I think everybody in this room could probably say at some point or another they have some favorite chocolate thing. Though I think Paul is one of the exceptions. Is that true? No?
It is not true.
No. It has been called the gift of the gods. Quetzalcoatl, who was an Aztec and Toltec god, stole it from the other gods and gave it to the people, the Toltecs in particular. And as a result, they had all kinds of issues. But in the end, that's how we supposedly were transferred chocolate, cocoa beans. Initially, I was like everybody else, ate chocolate bars from the store. That was pretty much my experience. But I have had a long journey with chocolate, thankfully, from my time that I was able to spend in France. And I would like to share with you a little bit of the history, my own personal experience, and a bit of a call to action at the end of things. Okay? Chocolate came to Europe first with Columbus. The people at the time didn't know what to do with it, and it wasn't very popular. Then later, Cortez and the other conquistadors brought it over. And initially, it was a very thick, syrupy drink that was not very sweet. If you guys could please eat the piece that's on your left now. Take a bite of the piece that's on your left. It was in fact quite bitter, very robust, but very prized by the nobility. Very prized by the nobility. Then, unfortunately, came along the Spanish Inquisition. And the Jewish chefs, who were responsible for making the nectar of the gods, were first chased to Portugal. And then eventually they crossed the northern border of Spain with France along a river called l'Adour. They were helped by Basque smugglers, and they were able to get over the Pyrenees to safety in France, where they set up shop in a town called Bayonne. Bayonne is a place where my wife and I and my daughter Lily had the great fortune to be able to live for 2 years. And while we were there, we had the great fortune to live on top of a store by the name of Chocolat Cazenave, which had been in the family since 1854. And since the 1850s, they had been making chocolate, and especially hot chocolate, in the exact same manner. Even today, if you go into the back, you will find my friend Mary Jo on a big stick with paddles on the bottom, rubbing with their hands, frothing up the chocolate so that it is so thick and frothy, it's thicker than any cappuccino you've ever seen. And inside of it is a completely melted block of chocolate. I would invite you to taste the other chocolate now, please. After the first one, that should be very, very sweet. But it is in fact only 70%, just like the chocolate we get here. But because our palate experienced the 90%, now the 70% seems very sweet. My daughter sat on the lap of the woman who ran the store and counted pieces of coins while the little old lady fed my daughter little pieces of chocolate. She grew up on this. In this store, we lived above it. In this store, my daughter took her first steps. Above the store, in our apartment, every morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, we would hear as the woman from the farm had come with her giant jug of milk and cream to bring only the freshest and most delicious ingredients to make the best hot chocolate you could have in the world. Cazenave, chocolate Cazenave, Rue Port-Neuf in Bayonne, was a place where we felt nothing but love and gorged ourselves on chocolate ice cream, hot chocolate, brioche, chocolates of all sorts, but done with quality and a passion for the product that is unparalleled, something we don't see any longer. You see, Bayonne, when the Jewish chocolate makers got there, was the center of chocolate in Europe, and it is from there that it spread throughout the rest of Europe. Now today, we get used to Kit Kats and chocolate-covered almonds and Snickers bars. Now there's a prime difference between the chocolate there and the chocolate that we're talking about in Cazenave or the southwest of France or Germany or Belgium, or where people really care about what they're doing. And one of the key ingredients that's terrible is palm oil. Palm oil has replaced the natural cocoa butter because it has a different makeup of fat. And that different makeup of fat gives it a nice glossy sheen, and it allows it to sit on the shelves for much longer so that more kids can buy more things. And they can increase their profit margin, drop the cost, make more money, freeze out some of the poor chocolate and cocoa plantation farmers in Ghana, Ivory Coast, west of Africa, in South America. Because for them, it cuts in their bottom line. Where is this palm oil being grown? Most of it is grown in Malaysia, on the island of Sumatra, the natural ecology and environment for the orangutan, which is being decimated over and over and over. Wiped out, no place to go. In fact, there's been a series of advertisements to show the danger and the damage that palm oil has done for the habitat of the orangutan. So for me, chocolate is truly a gift from the gods, whichever god you believe in. It is here on our planet, and we have been enjoying it for centuries, thousands of years, in fact. But now it is in danger. It is, for us, part of our cultural heritage. But for the future, what will be its legacy? So for me, it's a call to action for all of you. Our true voice is only heard when we purchase something. So if you continue to purchase Kit Kat, remember you continue to purchase a lifestyle that is ultimately detrimental to one of our very close relatives. But you also have the choice to spend some money on quality products for people who have passion and love for what they are producing. And as you can see, chocolate, the life of chocolate can be extremely sweet, but right now can also be very bitter. Toastmasters, thank you very much.